please do so. And like this video and also share this video. I would like to hear you guys' comments on this one. And if you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe. Also, this is my opinion and my opinion only, and everything I state it is allegedly. Unless I have facts, and that'll be on the paperwork, baby. So, anywho, this is for celebrity news, fair use, teaching, and all that good stuff. My voice is a little raspy. I'm just getting up, you know, wash my face, but it's a little deep in the morning. So, anywho, I just want to go ahead and get this recording out so you guys know my voice goes different ways. Okay, what I want to say first and foremost is that you guys know I don't review the show, but I do see clips, I do watch other content creators, and any commentary I give you guys, I go and I take a look and I want to, because I want to make sure that I have my own opinion. What I say is my own personal feelings. So anytime I give you content, it's always my own personal feelings. And you can tell because I really get into my feelings. Within saying that, what I want to do is tell you, and you read the title, and it's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. Tisha, don't write a check your ass cannot cash. And there, I don't condone violence over here, but there can be a lot of checks you can write that you may not be able to cash them. So, anywho, I'm going to discuss the beginning of the episode with Chris and Nell, and then I'm going to discuss the party that I've heard so much about, and I've seen the little clip. Um, so also, and then at the end for this Saturday. So, within saying that or stating that, I want to go ahead and get into Chris and Nell. And if you look, they look so cute sitting there. Chris has his Debo socks on. No offense, Chris, but them Debo socks like you riding that bicycle and it's like, and that's when you know Debo coming up. He about to snatch that chain. But anywho, and Nell, she got all her hair up and everything. Let me tell you something. I'm going ahead and get this out of the way. This is not my opinion. This is a fact, and this is how I feel about Nell. Um, I like Nell. I really like Nell. Um, Now, I always want to have full disclosure with you guys. I think it had to be last season because Nell them just came on. This their second season, I think. I could be wrong because, like I said, I start reviewing. So, but I'm assuming I think this is their second season together. So when Nell, if you can remember, she had that conversation with Melody in the park, and she was talking to Melody. Melody was, really upset. Um, and she was talking about, and Martell was, telling Nell, had it, Nell thinking that Melody was this person trying to keep the kiddos away from her, for him. And so I really didn't like it because it didn't even feel, I wasn't looking at it like she was taking Martell's side. I was just like, okay, she's a woman and you know how Martell is. You've been around him. So anywho, once, I began to really pay attention to her and see that it wasn't so much taking his side. Chris and Nell um, have this relationship. They've always dealt with Melody and Martell, and they've been on equal footing that they talk to them, they counsel them, and different things of that nature. So, a person doesn't just change overnight. But once she really, really, really began to see like Martell, she had to really take a side because Martell was just out here losing his mind. Um, so, and I think it stung a lot when he called her a side chick. So, that didn't help his case. Um, but for me, I publicly said what I said on a video, And I've had to delete certain videos because that's a whole nother video and content, with what's be going on with the YouTube channels and stuff. But anywho, so I publicly talked about her. So I went publicly on Instagram, and she had this little cute thing on, and I was like, I put under there, hey, I've said some stuff about you, but I'm a woman, I'm a full grown woman, and I apologize. And she accepted it. I would have to go back and see, but it was my thing is that I really like Nell. And I'm gonna make this clear. And I know people like, oh, she's not Melody's friend. Let me tell you something about Melody from what I can see. And this is my opinion. If Melody has a problem with someone, she will distance herself. She stated, I can't remember in what season or what episode or whatever, she stated that she distanced herself from everybody, and that was including Nell them. But Melody has stated that Nell is her friend. So that's it. If Nell does something, Melody knows how to govern herself with Nell. So Nell and Melody is friends. And if you don't think they're friends, just sit and pay attention to Melody when Tisha starts acting like a jack-o'-lantern. Okay. Anywho, I just wanted to get that out the way. So they're sitting talking about the closet. You guys already know all of that. But the reason I brought this up is that I want to talk about Lexi mom, Chris ex-wife, and Nell. This is my opinion. I'm going to read the actual legal definition in Alabama about separation of marriage. And this is my thing. I'm going to read it, but I want to say this. I look at things left, right, sideways, lift the hood, go under, clean it, come back, do it again. My question is to Lexi and her mother. Chris has been on Love and Marriage Huntsville for a while, doing cameos, appearances, different things like that. If it was such a big deal, why didn't you guys come on a platform or state this in your video, or come on and do it on Instagram, or just put it out that whatever y'all saying now, y'all could have said? Why did you wait until Nell comes on? Because the way I feel is like this. Why bring turmoil into y'all family dynamic? Because Nell has said it, Chris has said it, and evidently there was no issues because Nell has let her son go over, and Nell stated that they worked together while Chris was, overseas or whatever he was doing in the military. And my whole thing with this situation is, I know, this is my opinion, and I know that I had a personal situation where somebody in my family did not care for me. I mean, did some foul stuff. And one of my, not a friend, it was another relative, had my son, and I was handling some business. And the family was there, but I was handling some business. I was there, but I was in another part of the area where we were at. And this particular family member wanted to hold my son. And the other family member said, no, wait till the mother comes back, because you don't care for the mother. And the other thing that you did to the mother, this family member was like, no, no. So when I came back, she didn't even ask me. The person didn't even ask me because they didn't care for me. So what I'm saying is, if Nell was so bad to Lexi's mom, why would you allow you could have set up another thing, like it's a lot of things you could have done, but why would Nell allow her child to come over to you? Nell just doesn't seem like that type of person that she's going to let her child go anywhere that that they don't care for her. All I'm stating is that These people are 30, they're 30 years, soon to be 30 years into their marriage. Lexi, to me, and I don't care what nobody says, this is my opinion and I'm not changing it. You are a spoiled brat, Lexi. You're a spoiled brat. I didn't get this from nobody. I got it with my own eyes when I seen you sitting at that dinner table. And when even your husband, most men, if they're married and their wife or their girlfriends, not even just say get out of line, but acting crazy, they'll kind of tap him under the table or say, kind of give him that look. But he had his head down. If that man had his head down, he'll eat a little bit, look around, because that's the norm for you. And that's probably how you run your household. And the thing about this, Chris, let me tell you something. I'm old school. So if the old school heads that's listening to me, I call y'all y'all my peoples. Y'all are Reed's peeps. If you're old school heads, if one of your children, one mother or father, sitting at that table, I would have told her, listen, I'm not going to allow you to disrespect my house or my household. Now she has the right to feel the way she want to feel, but she is not going to mess up no dinner and then storm out. Let me tell you, when she stormed out, Chris, you should have sat your ass right there at that table and did nothing. Because at the end of the day, it seems like that's what you guys been doing, catering to her and running behind her. She is a grown behind woman. There are people out here that have been going through a lot more things tougher than what she's going through. She has children. She comes across to me like she's the type that she'll keep you from seeing the grandkids. And my thing is this. Lexi mom, you're wrong. You are wrong in what you've done. You sitting there talking to, and you come across to me like you're sitting there talking to her as she was growing up, putting stuff in her head instead of allowing her to see her dad for who he is and now. Oh, however, but let me tell you, I don't run that game. I've never done that to my children's father. Never. Because at the end of the day, it's going to backfire. It may not backfire on you now, but eventually it will. It will, because she don't even seem like she come across the type that want to listen to authority, maybe on her job or anything. She just seems like she's entitled. Okay, she may have an issue with the other kids getting other things, but they're in the household. You're in the household with another man, her husband. So I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, I just know if I were you, Chris, I wouldn't be kissing her butt. I would not kiss her butt because, you know, man, please let me tell you something. Lexi need to get herself together. But anywho, let me read this what it states, and I'm gonna try to read it quick so it won't be long. It states in Alabama that in Alabama, a legal separation is a way for a couple to separate without immediately ending their marriage. It's similar to a divorce, and the court will decide on terms for custody, visitation, property division, debt, and spouse support. However, a legal separation does not dissolve the marriage. And then it goes on how to file and all that stuff. At least one spouse living in Alabama for 6 months. Okay, what I wanted to read this part is say couples may choose legal separation for a number of reasons. And these are the reasons: religion, insurance or property division complications, expediting future divorce proceedings, uncertainty about whether to permanently split, immigration status, ease of reconciliation. So I would be curious to know what was their reasoning. What was the reason why the legal separation was filed? Was it to expedite future divorce proceedings, or uncertain about the split, or that nature? I don't know. Not really going to dig into it or waste my money to pull a divorce records and all that stuff. But anywho, um, this is where I'm at. You guys can use the word side chick or whatever, but I really don't feel Nell is the same as like Ariane, or whatever her name is. I feel that at this point, it doesn't even make a difference if Chris comes out or not, because I remember Chris and Nell sat down, and they was on a podcast with Carlos, and you could see that it still was hurtful to Nell um, when he stepped out on her. And my thing is, if you guys want to call her a side chick, okay, so that means that Karma came back and reared his ugly head because of the thing that when he stepped out. She's been hurt enough. She's been through enough with what Chris has done. And I'm quite sure, that he's done some other things that she may know and may not know. So at the end of the day, even if Chris comes out and say something to everyone, stop calling his wife a side chick, there's still going to be people that say that. My thing is this: what's done is done. It can't be undone. And if it was so bothersome to his ex-wife, I'm not saying she shouldn't be hurt by it, but almost 30, 28, 39 years later, and you got remarried yourself. I mean, come on. Lexi and these kids, they do not know what truly happened. The only person know what truly happens is Chris, Nell, and the ex, and God. That's it. And everybody has, those three people have their own version. But the truth of the matter, God is the one. He sat and watched everything. He knows the affairs of the heart and everything. So everybody has their own individual story. And you got to look at Nell's story. Nell's story is going based off what she went through with Chris and what Chris was telling her. If Chris is telling her and he's across the water, fighting for the country and telling her he loves her and this, and this, and this, and then she finds out that he's married, it's like, she left. Okay, yes, she came back, but she wasn't like Ariane stayed the whole time. So my thing is this: is like, it's between those three people. It's between those three people. So I really don't feel like Lexi mom should have got on that panel with her. I really don't feel that. If you wanted to say your piece, you could have. You could have went on another platform or did came on his show again and did a platform by yourself. It'd have been different if she was 18, 17, something like this. That's a grown behind woman. And I'm just saying, if you want to speak your piece, that's your life, that's your experiences, and I can't tell you how to feel, but you should have done it on your own. You should have done it on your own. Lexi didn't need you at that dinner table. So anyway, that's just how I feel. So I just want to go, and there goes Nell. She's just a little firecracker, a little cutie patootie. Yes, Nell, I like you, Nell. That's my opinion. No, that's a fact. So let's go on to the next. We're going to go to the birthday party. And here go Melody, baby. You better throw $1 million on it. There she go. Yes, there she go. I wanted y'all to see her from the moment Melody stepped out that G-Wagon, baby, and put them shoes on. Even the cameraman couldn't take his feet. His eyes off her. He had to watch her go on in. Go on, do that thing, cameraman. And then the next one, I wanted y'all to see these pictures. These are the looks that Melody got when she walked in. Baby, Kimmy was looking, you can't do nothing but admire her. But Kimmy, you know what? Just because you married into the Scots and trying to be an honorary Scot, you should have still had your own opinion, and like you were trying to go along to get along. And shame on you, because I did a video, but unfortunately I just removed a lot of stuff off my channel dealing with YouTube, and it started fresh. I did a video, and it was a good video, and it showed how you were talking, and it had a clip where you were trying to defend Ariane to Martell and talking about Ariane feelings. I knew right then you wasn't really Melody friend, but guess what? Melly Mel gonna always show up and show her class, baby. And she was there for you through thick and thin when you went through your stuff. Boom. I'm done with that. But I want y'all to look at Marceau, baby. Look at how them lips curled up. Look at that face, baby. When have y'all seen him look at Tisha like that? I'll wait. Arion said, I'll wait. Okay, I want to take y'all back down memory lane. Remember when Martell and Melody was going, they were separated, and divorce filed and going through everything. Melody had that her marquee change with having their logo taken down and putting hers up at that office. And Marceau showed up, and he could take his eyes off of Mel, and Mel will walk around, change positions, and he would just follow them. My thing is this. Not he admires Mel out of 100%, 97% he admires Mel. 3% he acts like a Jacqueline and a jerk. But 97% he admires her. And I know, yeah, he's married, but he got eyes. He know. Let me tell you why Marceau really, really admires Mel. And a lot of times when he says crazy, stupid stuff about Melody, I feel it's allegedly because he's trying to make Tisha feel better. That's what I feel. I feel he's trying to make her feel better. And because when he does, she smiles and things like that. So for me, Marceau admires Melody's drive, her ambition. He finds her attractive. And I'm gonna tell you, even when they were shooting pool, he's always talking up for Melody. When Martell and Melody had that, Martell and Marceau had that scene when they were talking about. I think it was when I can't remember what episode, what season. It's been too many, but when Martell was talking about Melody, they're talking about a divorce, possible divorce, and he was playing it off like it didn't bother him. Oh, but we know now it did. And Marceau knew. Marceau said, like, you sure? But anywho, Marceau had that situation. Remember when Carlos had to go down to Huntsville because everybody was acting a fool except Melody, and he had to talk to the cast. And when they had the dinner, it wasn't a dinner about business. It wasn't a comeback dinner, but it was a dinner when Melody walked in there. Did you see how Marceau, well, heck, the whole table was looking because she walks in looking like a bag of money. Hey, but anywho, I just love that song. But I just said to myself, this, you can see the admiration over his face. And then you guys remember when Melody was talking at the table, because it was only just the core six was at the table. And Marceau was taking up for Melody, and you could see it all over Tisha's face. She couldn't even hold it. She was like, well, you always taking up for everybody except me. That was one situation. Another situation when they had the Black Expo, but she says, I can't even say how Tisha said. I can't get my tongue to do that. But remember when, and I'm sorry, y'all keep hearing me swallow because I had a lemon and it just got my lips perky. But remember when Melody was giving her opinions and everybody was going around, baby, did y'all remember? Did y'all remember how Tisha looked? If you don't, go back and look at that episode. And then she got her face all messed up because Marceau was like, well, I want to hear her opinion. I think it's a good opinion. Marceau knows how to push Tisha's buttons, and he's not doing it to make her, well, half of it he's doing to make her on purpose, but he really does value Melody's opinion. And when he said in front of Melody, when he was talking about those t-shirts, which he walks around with black t-shirt every chance he get to advertise because he knows that she's Melody, making money Mel. But at the end of the day, for me, Marceau loves to be in Melody's presence. Even if you look at this clip when at the end of the last episode last week, look how he just sitting there. He can't take his eyes. I can't take my eyes off of you. Anywho, but just y'all just have to pay attention to it. Okay, this right here really what pissed me off. I wish I could show you guys the video and show you. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I could show y'all the video and show you exactly what I'm talking about. If you look on here, and let me turn this off. Hold on, I had forgot this was on. Okay. First of all, Tisha, why are you putting your hands and on this woman's shades, and why are you in her personal space? Before you even put your hands on her shades, she leaned back. You guys are not even cool enough like that. I have my good Judy and my good friend, and I wouldn't even do that. First of all, but it wasn't about that. I'm gonna tell y'all what it was about. She had already, if y'all paid attention to her, she had already peeked Marceau when Melody walked in. She was looking at how he was looking at Melody. I want to say Melody and keep her and Nell's name separate. So she went to block his vision, but he still was looking at her over Tisha's head to block his vision of Melody. I'm telling you, go back, look. She was blocking it. She wanted to block. You could see how he had his head right there. He was drinking. I tried to catch the scene where he had his head looking looking at the corner of his eyes, because he knows she was doing too much. He knows she was doing, and y'all think she was close on Mel. Go back and look. She was closer than that up on Mel. You was doing too much, Tisha. You was doing too much for me. You was in that girl's personal space and you shouldn't have been there. You was in her personal space and you shouldn't have been there. No way, no how. Okay. Hey, hey, here you go, the birthday girl. Come on, birthday girl. Go, birthday girl. There go the party girl. That's Mel is a, I mean, Nell is a ball of fun, a spitfire. You can say what you want, but she is that chick, baby. And what? Yes. Okay. Melody, I hope you get to see this, or somebody just not, she don't have to listen to the whole part, but send her this piece of the clip. Money making Mel, let me tell you something. You have looks for days. You could actually have your, like, if people could catch your face in certain positions. You know how they have people be walking around, somebody do like a masquerade ball, but it's not masquerade, it's just every day. Somebody say something, you don't want to really say that back to them. You can get that face with a stick and do it, dab it right down on your face, dab it. Here go another t-shirt idea. Them different faces, somebody need to take pictures, catch her off of guard. Take those pictures, put it on them t-shirts, baby. That's right. I'm telling you, this one right here, this one when she was looking, if I can remember, but I knew when Tisha was saying crazy stuff to her, to Miss Nail, Melody did not like that. First of all, she was looking like, baby, y'all know Melody has those faces for days for you, baby. Yes, for days. This one right here, this one hurt me because I was trying to get it where y'all could see, but you could see her eyes. Nell was hurt when Tisha was coming at her. She was hurt, not just because that was that woman's birthday party. She really did not feel, she did not know that she had an issue with Tisha. Tisha had an issue with her. When you remember when her and Chris in the beginning of the episode was talking, she was like, well, I just know Stormy and Tisha has a problem. She didn't even know her and Tisha had a problem. Tisha couldn't even really sit there and articulate the problem. You know, they asked Nell, Mel, Stormy, all of them. Nell was like, no, I don't know. But you know, that whole thing for me was that was wrong. That was wrong, Tisha. That was wrong. And another thing, I'm gonna tell you why I really think that Tisha has a problem with Nell. Tisha don't like nobody that likes Melody. Listen, I don't care. Really, they just being cordial on film. That's what Melody them doing. I don't see Melody really being friends with Tisha. I just see her being cordial. Tisha does not like anybody that's real friends with Melody. She doesn't. That's the reason why she tried to get close with Stormy when all of them was in that parking lot dancing and stuff. And I seen it. I was like, Stormy, baby, that's not the right move. But everybody do what they want to do. And that that just pissed me off. And this episode, and you see how Stormy looking at her. Tisha was doing the most, baby. She was trying to call everybody. She even tried to put Mel in. The Melody said, "Don't put me. I don't have nothing to do with it. I don't have nothing to do with it." So, anywho, baby, let me go ahead and get into my performance. When Tisha and Stormy was going at it, when they was going at it, and Tisha, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you, y'all have heard the saying that a drunk mind, a person with a drunk mind, a man or a woman with a drunk mind tells the truth because they tell what's really on their heart and their inhibitions are gone. They have diarrhea of the mouth. So I don't know if she was drunk. My opinion, I felt like maybe she was drinking before she got there because she looked like she was all nice and happy when they walked in, baby. So, but I'm not gonna say she was drunk, but I wish I had those eye emojis. But when baby, let me tell you, when Tisha was talking trash to Stormy, and Stormy, Stormy wasn't really upset. She was just like staying cool. And Stormy said to Tisha, she was like, and Tisha was like, special Tisha, like, well, I can't understand why you invited me to a place and we hadn't talked since the reunion. And the things that were said at the reunion, you came in the reunion, Tisha, hot. You came in, I ain't even saying no big D energy. You came in like you was that chick, and you're not, and you're not. I promise you not, because baby, when Stormy said, "What pills? What drugs? Tell me, baby. Let me tell you something. I'm Florida. I'm from Florida. Got a little New York in me too, baby. So, and that doesn't mean anything because everybody can get hype. Everybody has that side to them, but some of us are a little bit more touched. Anywho, Stormy scooted up. Stormy, that when that head go to the side, and Stormy, hold on, I gotta get my mic right. Y'all may hear me moving around. Stormy said, like that, and Tisha to my tap tap. She did that little tink tink tap. That you let me know right then you wasn't about that life, baby. You wasn't. You were not. You were not about that life, baby. Stormy has too much to lose, so she's never going. And I don't condone the violence over here at Deary. She was never going to, but she wanted to. Allegedly, she wanted to. Baby, I know that look. I know that stance. I know that clap. When that clap come, it's ready to boom, pow, pow time. Once again, we don't condone violence. Um, but let me tell you something. The way Tisha was talking that's what she's always felt. She's always felt that. You're phony. You're phony. You want to have this energy that you one of these chicks that, baby. Let me tell you something. The little stuff that you and Kiki allegedly was saying y'all did back in the past, and y'all nut if you buck, baby. Guess what? I bet you wouldn't have tried Stormy if she was just a regular do like Tamar say do wop pop pop chick. You wouldn't have tried her, regardless of what anybody says. I really feel Stormy and Mel still has some type of a friendship. I don't think it's just cordial. I think so because in the beginning, Stormy allowed Mel to use her home when she had that video release. And I know things, I did look at Stormy crazy when she was asking all these crazy questions when they were at her factory. I was like, okay, girl, you're doing the most. But, when people come on, they trying to find their footing and everything. And then, she's made some bad decisions, but I think that she's learning the error of her ways. And people can always say, oh, I wouldn't do this, do that, whatever. But you guys have to let Melody make her own decisions. Melody is a smart young woman, a woman, and she can make her own decisions because both of them are in their own rights are bosses. They both pulled their bootstraps up with the grace of God. They both started from the bottom and now they're here and they're still going. I would hope Stormy doesn't have any malice or anything because y'all are winning. You guys are winning. There will be pitfalls in business. There will be pitfalls in business. So when you make mistakes out there and things that you need to clear up, you have to clear it up and do it professionally. Um, so hopefully, Stormy has, and I don't have a issue with Stormy. I used to, because of some of the moves she made, but people have to make changes. Um, in their life. So you sometimes have to give them grace for the most part. For me. But like I said, you're not that. You're not that chick. I promise you, you're not. And this leads me to happy, feeling good. Tisha, she's up there like she has those birdies in her head. So this is the end of my commentary, but I want to talk about this week's coming up clips. Marceau was talking to Tisha and was saying, why you don't have to go down in the gutter with them. Let me explain something to you, Marceau. Your wife is the gutter. She was the person that was starting all those fights. So you need to call a spade a spade. You need to call a spade a spade. Nobody was coming at Tisha. Tisha was doing all the guttling. She was. So you can't say that they were in the gutter. It was your wife in the gutter. She was one starting all the mayhem and the mischief. She was the one digging holes and digging ditches and trenches, baby. So let's keep that all the way funky. Your wife was the gutter. She was the one in the gutter. And the problem with Tisha, if you guys do not get it, Tisha feels she's inferior to Melody. I've felt this way from the beginning. Tisha idolizes Mel, but it comes out in different ways. It comes out in jealousy. It comes out in just she don't want nobody to be friends with Melody. When Kimmy and Melody was friends, Tisha got mad. So Kimmy had to change that a little bit. Kimmy, when you made that statement on the reunion, it was the first reunion, if I'm not mistaken. When Carlos asked you, would you guys be friends if you wasn't sister-in-laws? And you said no. That was your truth. But I bet you caught a lot of hell behind that statement, behind closed doors with them Scots, baby. Allegedly. Allegedly. So at the end of the day, for me, I feel like Tisha knows what she married. But Tisha, baby, let me tell you something. You are a pretty girl, a pretty woman. Sometimes you act like a little girl because you can't get your way, but you are gorgeous. You are pretty. But the thing about it is you're ugly on the inside. Your inside is spewing out to your outside, and that makes you ugly on the outside. Let me tell you something. You are sad in your household. You're not getting the recognition that you need from your husband. And so, what you need to do if you want to stay in this marriage, which you're not going to leave, I feel the only way y'all will ever break up, Marceau will leave you. And I feel that. I'm just gonna say it. Allegedly, I feel that he will eventually. Either he's gonna use you up till he can't use you anymore, or when those kids get to a certain age or get grown, he's gonna go. He's gonna go because he doesn't he does not professes his love for you. The three P's, y'all know I say the three P. He don't protect you. He don't profess his love for you. And I'm not going to say he doesn't provide for you. Y'all provide for each other, because if he was providing for you, he wouldn't need your credit, allegedly. So, anywho, this is what you need to do, honey. This is what you need to do. You need to find a way to start working on your own happiness, and regardless of what Marcel say about you, to you, around you, how he compliments Nell, a Melody, or takes up for Melody on certain things. And like I said, that other 3% is when he says jerk stuff out of his mouth about Melody or any woman in that, and he could be a little chauvinistic too, a lot chauvinistic. um I feel you have to come to the point, women, you know what I'm talking about. When you with a man, or you live with a man, or you're in a relationship, marriage, or whatever, and you got to come to the point like, oh, okay, I'm about to do what I need to do, get myself together, and you still in that relationship, but you got all these degrees, and he still don't. That don't make no difference to him, because when you go to bed at night with him, your those degrees don't go to bed with y'all. Your communication is what goes to bed with you guys. It seems like all you guys do allegedly is do pillow talk. Y'all stay on the surface. You guys stay on the surface. And so he can't have conversations like he can have with Melody about business with you. So what you have to do is take those degrees. You got to let him know, I'm that chick. You got to let him know that I can do this with or without you, but not verbally say it. Just show it in your actions. Get up, do what you got to do, handle your business, get your office done on your own, get all that stuff. Be that boss chick that you see Melody do. Come on, do it. And with them saying that, that's the end of my commentary. I just want you guys to know I appreciate y'all. I know this is a little long, but I wanted to get everything in. And please go ahead and like this video. If you did not like it on the way in, please like it on the way out. I love you guys. Until next time, peace and soul. Mwah. I love you guys. Bye bye. I love you guys so much.